understand why things go so bad. You find we so rich in human resources, and yet the country going to pieces. Well, let me tell you, my friend, where we went wrong after Eric Williams' own car breakdown. We called the NAR, we ordered an X-car and installed a new driver. With 33 passengers from the party, we gave him a maxi taxi, fitted with my wheels, tape deck, computer, air condition, 8-cylinder. With push new fittings, this maxi car arrived. Then start to swerve and nosedive. It took a year for passengers to realize. They say the new driver cannot drive. Of the 33 chosen passengers, Ramnath, Pandey, Humphrey and Sudama, they wouldn't let the poor driver drive in peace. They distracting him and wouldn't cease. While he driving, they hitting him some big cloud. So he stopped the maxi and put them out. And to discuss their fate, they went to drink us straight by a club called 88. The driver called his sweet mouth friend Flash Gordon to give him some driving lessons. Flash appointed himself as the conductor, pushing around them passengers. Meanwhile the car running about helter-skelter. Pedestrians started to scatter. Ellis Clark had to jump and run to stay alive. He says the new driver cannot drive.
And NDC government will put an end to contract workers in the public service as soon as it takes office. There is no need for a parallel public service in Grenada. All workers will be given permanent status. And NDC government will put an end to contract workers in the public service as soon as it takes office. There is no need for a parallel public service in Grenada. All workers will be given permanent status.
Holy Willie.
Good afternoon, one. Good afternoon, all. Good afternoon, KB. Good afternoon, Igwe.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon to the listeners on Real FM, all of Real FM platforms. Good afternoon to my friends, my colleagues in which they singled out. Who do going on, who show and so on. But listen, so a piece was put together, Igwe, and I'll take my time and go through it. Let's put the spotlight on freedom of speech and information, because KB, you know they want to shut us up here. Because the thing too real, the clips too real, clip after clip after clip.
Yeah.
It's too real. So let's put it in spotlight, Igwe. Since June 23rd, 2022, a strange and ugly practice has started regarding the censoring or the stifling of information that should be the public business. They say you're operating on a need-to-know basis. Grenada has grown accustomed to receiving information at least once per week on the policy changes of government, on the project and other cabinet decision. We get accustomed to that before June 23rd. This ended after the general election. We are at a stage where the government speaks to us sometimes once a month, or sometimes when the public scream out with a mouth shut. When the PM or ministers speak, any blind person who tell what they are saying is censored or controlled by someone, and most of the time it's false and it's not the real truth, it's a cousin of the truth. Take for example, because I like to give examples here, KB, I don't like to just come here and say things blanket. The press conference with the Honorable Attorney General, at the end there were more questions than answers, and we go dealing some of the questions on them, KB. Only God knows why an appointed Labour Commissioner was fired after 3 months. The government has made it their way of life to pose on social media, at the same time abusing the government information service, having a state-owned entity follow them for the frolic political recognition. If they kiss a frog, KB, you see it on Facebook.
Yeah.
First time in our history, KB, even that didn't happen in the revolution, persons are commanded to leave their cell phones outside for fear they may record the vomit that is spoken during meetings. What are we coming to? Is this revolution 2.0? KB is a man of revolution. Is this revolution 2.0? This smacks a kind of totalitarian environment. Just now, we would not be able to even access Google, like in China. With that one and them going in.
Why stifle?
And the internet.
Why stifle the truth?
KB, already there is a suspicion that certain state machinery are used to tap phones and to listen to phone conversations illegally. So KB, be careful with your phone conversation.
Privacy.
Be forewarned, people of Grenada, Carrico and Petit Martinique. We are aware, we know, and soon, very shortly, we will expose these people and them right here on Real FM. A call is going out to my representative, Dennis Cornwall. I see a picture with an elderly person on your thing, and the person don't clad right. Take down that thing immediately, Dennis. I like you. Unlike you believe I don't like you, because I like you, I just talk about you a lot. He's my representative. So in short, the government is attempting to control the narrative and to feed us with what they want. Classic decolonization. And as your political son go say, KB, you have to control the narrative.
Yeah, man.
That is why, KB, the leaks will continue. As the people say, Kennedy Boudlal, the people know what is Calypso.
Yeah, man.
Calling us a wretch on radio, the people know what is Calypso. So I had to speak on that, KB, because this thing is a matter of concern.
Yeah.
First of all, they're not giving the information we need. although they say on a need-to-know basis, they're not giving us the information we need. KB.
So, Master Carl, where's the transparency, accountability, and good governance?
That dead.
That not in the DNA again?
No, that dead.
Will the transparency in the baseless support on?
So, KB, there's some question I need to ask. And based on my piece to the AG, the Attorney General.
Yeah, man.
And we had the psychologist here last week and other times. And he even mentioned when Senator Gloria Thomas was trying to read about the 150 the seat, the way she fumbling in the end zone.
Yeah, it wasn't true.
Psychologists say that when people lying.
Yeah.
And Claude the fumbling in that news conference. So if you have to take a page of what the psychologist say, KB, the AG seems that the truth abided not when she was in that press conference. The first question, KB. When you had that press conference, Sister Claudette, was it a prank? Or you were simply lying to the Grenadian people? When you say the lady was not a good fit, does that mean that she didn't want to do what you want? Because we have information from Ms. Hazard, Daisy Hazard, that the Labour Commissioner tried to meet with the PS in Carriacou, the best PS as Tevin say. And the PS always busy, he can't meet with them. Or does it mean that you as the Labour Commissioner, you as the Minister of Labour, did you compromise yourself in interaction with the Labour Commissioner? Why were you fumbling at the press conference? Did you know that he was not being straight with the nation? Was it a lie, Kiwi? The other question, the other information, you will be exposed soon. Because the lady go how she see, and we go all know. When you spoke about the lady last November, did you forge the truth? Or did you lie? When you was heaping praise on the same woman you say that is not a good fit last November. Question. Were you straight with the Grenadian public when you spoke in such glowing terms of that same lady? You come and say, no, what is that not a good fit, Kim? Did you ask the lady to resign and she refused? That question we need to know, Kim. Them question them is what the people call me 3 a.m. and want to know. How politically connected was the Labour Commissioner? What was the lady qualified for the post when you give it to her? Because you go hear why just now, KB. Did she interview well, AG? Does the post of Labour Commissioner requires you have a master's degree, KB? Did the Labour Commissioner have a master's degree at the time of hiring her? KB, was the appointment made with the understanding that she will acquire the relevant qualification going forward? These are the questions we must ask him. So was it truthful? Or was it a lie when you say she was qualified for the work? Because one time you say she qualified in November, after that you say she's not a good fit. But we want to know, was she the holder of a master's degree then? And was it a requirement of the post of Labour Commissioner that you had a master's degree? Were you woefully inadequate?
Why did they fire her?
Well, I get into that point like, hey, you're reading my notes, man. Was it a case that he was trying to save face, knowing that you heap praise up untruthfully in November? Because I go read what she say in November. Because when I come here, I come armed for them, okay, I don't come here to play with them.
Interesting. Interesting to hear what
Was it a case where her spirit tormented your demon, AG? Or is it a case where the poor culture is you? Is it a case that you, AG, is a misfit to hold the post of Minister of Labour?
She can work with people.
Because we all know you.
She can work with people.
God don't like ugly, AG.
She can work with people.
Remember that. Those are the questions, and we won't stop asking the questions on them. We would not stop. Kibi, I want to read for you. No, because it does thing. And I have a letter from my good friend Andy here too. You know, I write to the delegates. You know.
Yeah.
They say now the liquid will get it. In November 2022, you see she was a graduate of Cipriani College of Labour, and so on, you go on. You see her professional career includes employment with one of the largest trade unions in Trinidad and Tobago, and highlights the sterling record of success before the industrial courts. The AG was, Claudette.
That's what Claudette saying about the...
When they hire her before, and I will tell you what she's saying after.
Okay.
In her capacity as Labour Commissioner, Ms. Thomas will drive the ministry's transformative Labour agenda and give dedicated focus to finalizing and reviewing of the Labour Code, strengthening case management, advancing the occupational safety and health agenda, building the decent work and disability in the workplace regulatory regime, strengthening dispute resolution, all now the people in Carrico and them to ensure justice and improve crime. But before she deal with it, Claudia there on the radio and say she's satisfied with making them people in Carrico go because of political reasons. And you wondering who is at fault and who can work with who and who is not a fit. What is not a good fit for the Labour Minister? Enhancing workplace productivity.
So all that good thing she's saying about the Labour Commissioner?
She say Ms. Thomas brings a rich and mix of Labour administration and industrial relationship, experience and expertise to the position. Minister Joseph said, we are confident that she will execute her duties to the high standard, and we look forward to her contributing in advancing the Department of Labour and its work program and the wider transformative agenda. So maybe because she didn't agree with you.
With all that noble attributes, you still fire?
Die cheating, but here now, KB. So that I'm telling you now, I only say that to prove that the Labour Minister is woefully inadequate and she should step down one time.
So what she saying now?
Listen what she saying now. Labour Minister Claudette has disclosed that the Public Service Commission terminated a 2-year contract with Valerie Thomas, who was serving at the post of Labour Commissioner from November 12th, 2022, because she did not work out to be a good fit with the staff at the Ministry of Labour. Upon review of the state of the relationship as requested by the Public Service Commission, it was decided by the Commission and the Ministry that it will be best for us to go back to the drawing board in our search for a Labour Commissioner that fits with the personnel. So they want somebody who are singing the same song with them.
They're looking for a political cesspit tank.
Claudette.
That they're looking for.
You feel again. So when we say all you can drive, the driver can drive.
Yeah.
And the driver cannot maneuver, all you can make it.
So the woman was good in a couple months' time.
In November, best thing since sliced bread.
November. And today she no good.
Yes. So we want to know what happened with you, Minister, and the lady.
But what is the crime she commit?
And did you compromise your dealing with the lady? Because we go no, you know. And I'll go jump up and say fake news and propaganda, and then the truth go come out. Claudette, be straight with the Grenadian people. Because hear that, KB. You interview somebody and you tell the nation that's the best thing we ever had.
Yes, man. Experience from Trinidad.
We are asking you, what was the qualification? Was it requirement to have a master's degree? That we want to know. Did the person at the time or the holder of a master's degree? And what happened to you, Senator Claudia Joseph and Miss Valerie Thomas on the road to Damascus? Did you compromise yourself in your interaction with that lady? This is the crux of the matter. And because this stifling information, KB, we have to come here, they leave us no choice. Because Senator Claudia Joseph, the people know what is Caleb saying. People in the constituency or the town and judge know you. That is why they doesn't give you the blind, because they know you. You woefully inadequate. Because, and you on trial here, not Mr. Thomas on trial, no, KB. Because it's Claudia to say all these things about you, man, what she go bring to the table. And then Claudia will come and say she wasn't a good fit. So that means you're not a good judge of character, Claudia. No, you fail.
She's a poor judge. You can't put that.
That is hard. Just come and tell the Ghanaian public watch. I choose a lady, but I didn't make a good choice. I failed. Don't blame it on the lady and say she's not a good fit. You not a good
poor
fit.
Judgment. You
not a good fit for the Minister of Labour. Because before you hear any evidence in the correct issue, you jump up and say you satisfied, you do investigation. And the day before, when they ask you, you saying you don't know about it. Because all you always hiding behind all you don't know about it. Miss Joseph, the Ghanaian people watching you. And school children say you want to fight for deputy leadership of a political party. So if the Prime Minister dead, what are we having? You see we having a ram good thing.
She want deputy?
I saw her they say.
What?
You fail in discharging your duty. You fail in discharging your duty as the Minister of Labour so far. With Labour, the union say you can't get the PS to meet with them. So if you have any problem, take it up with Miss Daisy Hazard.
Yeah, man.
Because he say you cannot get the PS in Carriacou, the best PS, to come to meetings. That's what you have to deal with. So you can't get the PS to come to meetings, but he's a good fit. But you don't telling us why the Labour Commissioner was not a good fit. You're only saying she was not a good fit. But the PS in Carriacou refusing to meet. But you're not saying he's not a good fit. That speaks in volumes about the quality of yourself, Senator Claudia Joseph. To use a word you know, you woefully inadequate. Give up that thing. The thing too big for you.
Yes.
And KB, when I come here, I challenge them to come and tell me different. Those questions are because I know how you're taping it.
Yeah.
Tape it and play it over.
Yeah, man.
And every question I ask, rebut it.
Yeah, man. Say we lie.
Rebut what those questions I ask.
Say we lie. Prove.
Don't stay in corner and trying to say fake news. Rebut it. Yeah. Any Saturday, come down says Real FM and we will have a discussion. Rebut it. You could bring our Senator Claudette and them. And Mr. Prime Minister, if all these things happening under your watch, an excuse of you don't know or you don't hear about it is not enough. You can't come and tell the nation how you don't know and you didn't hear that and your face look perplexed. This excuse I am don't cut in it. KB, Igwe, I want that clip about training school and the FA because they don't understand when Dr. Mitchell tell them all coming in training school and learn. They feel it was a joke, you know, KB. They think it was a joke. Give me the clip.
Say, put everybody, put all the money on the permanent staff. Put all nurses on the permanent. Put all, everybody. Just put them because you're wicked if you don't do it. Yes. Go in government. Go into government and do that and find out who's going to support you. Go. Then you will find out and they'll say, I didn't understand and I did not know. That's why you have to come in to a training school first and learn before you become the hippie.
And when we talk of institutional knowledge, KB, and when we talk about arrogance,
Yeah, man.
and when we talk about youthful
Inexperience.
it is playing out right before our eyes.
Yeah.
Igwe, we're going to take a break here, and then Mr. Boudlal will come in.
Bye. Bye.
This is Urban Life.
You asking me what is wrong with Trinidad? You can't understand why things go on so bad. You find we so rich in human resources, and yet the country going to pieces. Well, let me tell you, my friend, where we went wrong after Eric Williams' old car breakdown. We called in an AR, we ordered an escort, and installed a new driver. With 33 passengers from the party, we gave him a maxi taxi, fitted with my wheels, tape deck, computer, air conditioned 8-cylinder. With much new fittings, this maxi car arrived. Then it started to swerve and nosedive. It took a year for passengers to realize. They say the new driver cannot drive.
KB.
Yeah, Brother. Thank you. Igwe, good afternoon. Listeners of Real FM, good afternoon. Happy to be here this afternoon. And Master Carl, we always alerting our listeners that they must study the history well. Failure to study your history is a strong possibility. You may repeat it over and over again. I want to salute Miss Thomas for standing up and don't violating the norm of our profession. You must never allow politician to push you around and to do what you're not supposed to do. Politicians love flatterers. They love people to tell them what they want to hear. And they also love people to just do as they are told. But you can't do that as a professional. You can't do that. You have to do what is right. You have to do what is right and just. I remember we had a breakdown of law and order in this country. Secret police beating people, people sent to prison for no reason at all. And after, we had what you call the Duffus Commission report, hoping to put things right. A certain magistrate during the Gary era sent a young man to prison for no reason at all, no reason. That matter was taken up before the Duffus Commission. And that magistrate was called before the commission. And they asked to subpoena his books, the magistrate book to the court. So it was pointed out to that magistrate where he violated that young man's rights and sent him to prison for 21 days. The former magistrate stood up in the box, shaking in his pants. Mr. Duffus turned to him and ask what he have to say. He tell the commission he's sorry. He apologize. You understand? He make a mistake. Mr. Duffus ask him, what you want us to do? Where would I get the 21 days to give back the young man? That is 21 days he lost in his life. You can't give him back the 21 days. He already lost that. He said, I beg pardon, I will compensate. Mr. Duffus said, you will compensate? What you will compensate? You can't give him back the 21 days. And Mr. Duffus turned and tell him, that is the kind of embarrassment, the kind of humiliation, the loss of one manhood when they violate the norm of the profession. It's happened certain standard you have to uphold. You can't make a mistake. You can't make a mistake and say you're sorry, go against normal practice. So that is why I want to salute Ms. Thomas for standing up, protect, and refuse to violate the norm of a profession. And not every Grenadian that is political cesspit tank in this country. I'm going to repeat. Not every Grenadian willing to be political cesspit tank in this country. They will stand up for right, for dignity, and for justice. So you just can't push things down people's throat and feel you in government. So what you say goes. Violate all rules. The woman stand up and she say, no way. You all want to do things that is not in the book. So Ms. Thomas, I salute you. And those who prepare to stand up for right, stand up for justice, we salute you. A couple of weeks ago, a Russian was sent back to America. You had 2 Russians in conflict before the election. The Prime Minister, Mr. Deacon Mitchell, was the attorney for one. After the election, both of them was living happily in Grenada. All of a sudden, the one who Prime Minister Deacon stood up against when he about to come back to Grenada, they stop him on the airport and deport him. So the one who he defend was allowed to stay. And the one who he was against, he was deported. I'm not saying the Prime Minister sent him back. I'm not saying that. But seeing as you as Minister of National Security, someone that's a high value target was sent back arbitrarily like that. We want to know if that was done behind your back. Because what we hope and what we should not happen is that the Prime Minister office should not be used to victimize anybody or weaponize that office to get at your opponent, whether in the private sector, whether in politics, whether, anywhere at all. Because when you become Prime Minister, you become Prime Minister for everybody. So again, that is a concern. And it's looking bad, real bad, that at that level, we don't expect revenge at that level. We don't expect victimization at that level. And this same Russian you sent back, he did so give Grenada so much help, scholarship. His name is Ole. We know him all about it.
Yeah, we don't call him on the program.
We know him. He was sent back for absolutely no reason at all. And people concerned that the victimization don't only stain among the NNP people or the poor and vulnerable. Getting higher. A couple minutes ago, I was stopped on my way to this program by one of my NDC friends. And he said to me, KB boy, you remember when we were at this meeting in Progress Park and my Prime Minister, Deacon Mitchell, was making so much promises. You remember what I said to some of my NDC friends? Deacon Mitchell making too much promises. It could come back to haunt him. And he said, it's not as before, when you could say something and get away with it. No. Everybody has cell phone. They tape in what you say. And they will come back and play it for you to hear. So all these promises he made before the election, boy, I know the man will not be able to keep those promises. So now, it's looking bad. Especially the tape master Carl been playing night and day about what the World Bank said about the $600. Night and day. And then you take out the 150. How we go look? And he said, look, KB, unless NDC make a serious turnaround in the next year or two, they will have problem convincing the electorate to give them a second chance. For instance, one of the things they sold to the Grenadian people is that every year, or within the 5 years, they're hoping to construct about 2,500 houses. People clap, people jump up. They condemn the NNP policy with the Chinese housing and the assistance we give to the poor in area housing. They condemn that. They say, no, they're going to build 2,500 houses. Oh. And everybody say, yes, that's a good idea. Surprising. Less than 1 year, they come and say they have money to build houses. So they look into the private sector to come in. They're looking for landowners to come in. They're looking for contractors to come in and partner with the government to build the houses. Before, that is why. When you offer to build the 2,000 houses, you didn't have no plan. You had no idea where you're getting lands. You had no idea where you're getting the funding. But you sold it to the Grenadian people and they bought it. They thought it was genuine. They thought you were honest. But no. In a press conference, you say, we have no money to build no 2,005 houses again. So we're calling on the private sector to partner with us. We're calling on the landowners to partner with us. We're calling on financial institutions to partner with us and contractors to partner with us. So you're going to have a long, long wait before that policy of NDC become a reality. And that is what my friend was saying. KB, we NDC made so much promises to people. Everybody gullible, accept it, swallow it, believe in NDC, believe what they were saying is true. They can't imagine a political leader of a party will watch them in the eye like that and tell lies to them or mislead them. You see the problem with NDC, we have them on tape And we could always play back what they said before the election and what they say now, as Master Carl had just done. Have Claret on tape. The amount of praise she praised the Labour Commissioner. Praise. Couple months later, she come and see the woman do good. Well, you are the judge. Who interview her? Who look at her resume? And that is the problem with the NDC government. They keep guessing. They keep experimenting. They're not certain what they're doing is going the correct way. So they have to chop and choose and chop and bring in, and they're not certain, they're guessing. You can't guess. You have to operate with science these days. Science deal with facts. Science deal with facts. A couple of days ago, I engaged some elderly citizen in the St. Andrews area in Grenville. And they were saying to KB Watt, they've never seen anything like that. They never experienced anything like that. The situation in this country is really, really bad. Especially when they go to the grocery shop. Especially when they go to pay their bills. And what is bad is that you give subsidy to the rich. Normally in any proper thinking government will give subsidy to the poor. But what NDC is doing is give subsidy to the rich. $600 million tax break for the rich. Free charge, you take it out. No. The pension like an albatross around your neck. You have to fund that pension. It's not a one-off, to say you pay the thing by Christmas and that done, Every month you have to pay. Every month you have to pay. That additional money, no other government had to pay. But now we have to pay it. The money have to come from somewhere else. Where are you coming from? Maybe you feel we're going to tax cigarette to see if we could recover some. Put back the tax on gas to see if we could recover some. Tax sugar to see if we could recover some. Tax water, put the tax on water, and you're asking the poor man to carry that load. That is so advantageous. How can you ask the poor people of this country to carry that load? And you're easing up the burden on the rich and the elite in the society because you give them $600 million tax break. You ease up the free charge on the poor. But you put the pressure on the poor man. Master Carl.
Yes, Igor, we're going to take a break here and come back.
This is the night.
You asking me what is wrong with Trinidad? You can't understand why things go on so bad. You find we so rich in human resources, and yet the country going to pieces. Well, let me tell you, my friend, where we went wrong. After Eric Williams' old car break down, computer, air conditioning cylinder. With much new fittings, this maxi car arrived. Then it started to swerve and nosedive. It took a year for passengers to realize. They say, the new driver cannot drive.
Yes, Igwe. Remember, guys, the number to call, the phone lines are open now, 442
0175 442 0175, the number to call. Call, ventilate, express yourself.
Yes, Igwe. So now we find ourselves with a government, one, they're trying to stifle information. Two, every time they speak, you could realize it's not the truth, it's the cousin of the truth. Then we wonder about lack of institutional knowledge. So they're doing a lot of things, they don't know how to do it. They don't have experience, and they're arrogant. Like one would say, they're trying to always control the narrative. But the people know why it's Calypso Igwe. The people know. So calling people names on the program, the people already know Igwe. And that is the crux of the matter. Now, the other topical issue, KB, before we get into the housing, and I must talk about security and the police. Because guns, and more guns, and more guns, and every night you hear gunshot and guns and guns and guns. And nobody, neither the RGPF, neither the Minister of National Security, is saying anything. We have warned KB on this station that the lack of social stability leads to crime, or the increase in crime. The damaging of social stability have a direct correlation to crime. Simply put, if a man know every month or fortnight he getting something to survive, is a different animal from a man what know when month and fortnight come here and nothing to get, and he have to go and look for it. And looking for it could be the acid test what leads to illegal activity. Secondly, the RGPF is at an all-time low. With close to...
The moral is that low?
Close to 200 persons on record planning to leave the organization, and young persons. You have a few friends of mine that already leaving. Facts. I want them to dispute that. And once the RGPF is at all-time low, two sections of people or persons in the community benefits. Persons with criminal interest and criminal intent, and those bad behavior, those rogues in the police force, because they smell blood and they recognize. So there's information to suggest that when one person who was commissioner, and on record one of the worst commissioner there was, and two superintendents have at least asking people as to what is the political allegiance of persons on the list, members of the RGPF, who would be on a list to be promoted. That's problem. When persons acting has refused or ceased to receive acting allowances, and the letter of appointment for acting has since passed 1 year, and nothing is being done to address that, Minister of National Security, that's problem. When persons believe, and some senior persons will tell you that junior officers acting upon information that does not come through them. Because when you in the organization you have a chain of command, And when me and Mr. Pierre come here in particular and speak on issues as relates to the public service, I don't pass the bar, KB, but I know a little bit. KB, I'm not the repository of every knowledge or the repositor, but I know a little bit and I've been in the public service, so I have an idea, especially the RGPF. You have something you call the chain of command from to through. A junior officer cannot get to the commissioner just so. You have to go through. But you find things happening, information not coming from the commissioner, information to suggest. And junior officers acting, and when senior officers inquire why the action, somebody giving them instruction who is not the commissioner of police. One of the deputy commissioner who what he salt and he got seed.
That is not fair.
Tough up here. They send him back on leave again. I don't know what's going on. But what that leads to, we see in the evidence. Lawlessness. Man sticking up man and take the chain. Facts, they can't do that. Bullet flying all about. All in Mount Church all about when you have like a session, you're afraid to go KB because you could get shot. And nothing is being said to address these situations, KB. This is a matter for concern. The people that are acting, you need to treat with. You need to deal with them, don't demoralize them. And the fact that most of those persons who are acting, KB, you have something in the RGPF which you call the appraisal. That is how you assess persons. The highest is 5. And those people and them what acting now, what you stop pay from November, when you look at the appraisal, is 5 and 4 is going very high. So KB, to revert them to the rank now, you could have some legal challenge. And if the post, the whole acting is vacant, you have to give them an opportunity to try for the post. You cannot just give them, even if you believe them is green blood people.
Yeah, because they qualify.
Because if you that the new national party put the people in position, and you have to take out the green people and put
yellow,
the other color people. Well, it's the same thing you're doing what you're against.
Yes.
If you was against NNP for putting green people as you claim, how you want to put you people now and say it's right? So everything after June 23rd, you just have to do it opposite. Yeah. And that is concern, KB. And that is demoralizing to the RGPF.
So that is why 200 police willing to leave. That's a
lot. Because hear this, KB. A lot of men saying, watch, if I don't get a fair shake in the promotion, it don't make sense of staying about. Oh. Or if they transfer me because they believe I is green, and where they sending me, I don't like a going.
Because these people qualify for pension?
Yes.
Okay.
So you have a young population, though it's 50 years, who could serve for 20 more years. You have to pay them pension and pay them to stay home. And by then, those are the people highly trained, especially those in FIU and other places. So it's like a brain drain, KB.
But 200 is a lot, Master.
KB is like a brain drain. And everybody taking it like a joke. It's like a greening thing. The man could stop the thing, but you only traveling.
That's a national crisis.
And nobody wants to address it, except we here on Real FM.
200 police preparing to leave at the same time. That's a national crisis.
They are glut, they are mass, you call it an exodus.
What is so contagious or corrosive?
By the low moral, and the present Prime Minister promised them pay and grade, and then they say they'll see the report from Honest and them. Then he promised to build on a police station and fix that all happening.
Promise again.
Then he going around and try to tell them all kind of thing. Then look at the vulgar response to the salary negotiations, KB. 2%. They are slapping the face.
That's what government offering?
Yes.
2%.
And only the prisons and the police who had agreed for the 4% for this year, because of that, the 4%, they can't do nothing about it. There's not a damn thing they could do about it.
So,
But treat the RGPF with some dispatch, because that could affect the psyche of the nation. No picnic can flourish in a war zone. Guns, we getting guns on the port, we getting guns with silencer, getting guns with suppressor, men shooting man, even they take the gun from the, I remember the Prime Minister detail beat up that, boss head, all the things is faxing. Because the RGPF is at an all-time low, people don't even have respect for members of the RGPF KB. So you see every time on video somebody fighting with the police in the terminus, and all kind of thing, and nothing is being done by this administration to address the situation.
So police pack in and go.
And that is a call for call. Because men say, no, it don't make sense of staying in. Because I don't qualify, let me go.
They're going to go. So you're going to train people again?
Yes, and they're watching the whole promotion issue with a lizard eye. Because when you hear ex-persons in the force going around trying to vet and ask names of people, and it's so unprofessional. Everybody in Grenada have a friend.
Yeah.
And a friend does talk. We have a call on the line? Let's take that call.
Hello. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, caller. Is the first one for today?
Yes, Mr. Carl. Good afternoon.
How you doing?
Could you tell us something about the present commissioner, please, if he left or he's there or what? I'm not hearing anything.
Speak up a bit.
I said, could you tell us something about the present commissioner of police? I'm not hearing
That is a story in itself. We're getting all kind of conflicting information. There's information to suggest that the Minister of National Security does not talk with the Commission. There's information to suggest that the Commissioner is sitting there and he don't know what's going on because certain things happening, he's seeing certain people transfer and all that kind of thing, and is news to him. So this is matter of concern. I didn't even get to that point. I was only dealing with things. So even the head. And when you call back a man, first of all, you repeal the adjunct law. Then the man will leave, you call him back and you make him deputy without acting, you confirm him one time. Then the acting deputy, you sending him on leave. This thing is confusing to police. And because I was in the RGPF and was not a piece in the tail police, as you would know, they meeting me and asking me what's going on. And I had to say, well, bro, I still have to tell them all the nation depend on all you.
Could you please?
Because I'm trying to remind them, in Ivan, the couple days the police was not functioning, the chaos he had in this country. So there's a need for the police to be on the top of the game.
Yeah.
So the fact that the police is demoralized, I will keep speaking on it. Because citizens, remember, the fear of crime is worse than crime itself. Because crime might happen to you once in your life, but if you're spending your whole life in fear of crime, it is a problem.
So
A word to the wisest official.
Yeah,
Could
man.
you please, will you find out what is the...
Well, I will put me Marco Knob on.
Put your mark on that, please, and let us hear what is happening to the present commission.
They sit down, they suck in TT and they forget everybody.
I can't talk that big talk what you're talking, Mr. Little Person. But I find we should know what happened to the
Commissioner.
commissioner.
Okay.
And the other thing I have to tell you, somebody who's supposed to go on a meeting or something, they had the letter of this since January, and they give them 2 days for tomorrow. The application had to reach tomorrow to be vetted. You understand what I'm telling you?
What do you do?
They supposed, perhaps they were selected to go on a course. Way, I don't know. But they were selected. And that letter was up there since the 16th of January. But only day before, they got the thing to fill in the application and send back. And yesterday was the last day.
So
You understand?
they might miss the boat.
Eh?
They might miss the boat.
Well, they might miss it because they don't know, because yesterday was the last day. And
Inefficiency.
it was a mail, it was what to, since on the 16th of January. So it was on somebody's desk, I believe. You don't say that to Mr. Carl?
Of course, yes.
Boys, that's what I tell you, the chain of command. You know about the chain of command.
Yes, but that is an important thing. It wasn't going on a big course, you know. Only certain people, perhaps 2% that have the qualification for that thing. And that just reach her. You understand?
Well, the Marco Nab go on from after the program.
Yeah, go and find it and let us say, but please find out about the commissioner. Let us put the nation at ease to know the commissioner is there or he's not there or some kind of thing, because it's important, because we in fear now because we don't know where the commissioner is. You understand that?
And remember, listen this.
The person that like to talk a lot. So.
The commissioner of police is a creature of statute, which is a constitutional appointment. So it's not an ordinary piece in the tail like you give somebody that, you know. The Constitution make reference to that. And other people, because remember we is part of the RSS, Regional Security Systems. And based on how we treat the RGPF and the Commissioner of Police by extension, these people could withhold fundings and so on and courses and so on for the organization. So we have to be careful. It's not just some men who was in the thing and they fail already and they feel they want to come back in the back door doing thing to undone the thing. And at the same time crime rising and they don't have an iota. Because remember, this present Prime Minister and the National Democratic Congress said to the people during the campaign that they had remedies for all maladies in Grenada. They could have fixed even seaweed. So, we have to be careful. So, take care, man.
But please, find us, please. We want to know.
Yes.
All right, thank you.
Next call, please. Hello. Hello, afternoon.
Hi, afternoon.
How you doing?
Hey, quiet. Hey, KB?
How you going, Chief?
Just quiet. Hey, afternoon, Master Carl.
Hey, man.
Master Carl, we in the tongue just baffled.
Hey?
I say we in the tongue, the recent sending home of the person that were in charge of the Labor Department.
Yeah.
Okay.
Labor Commission. We are baffled with the you know, this administration tell us when there was an opposition that young people, professional people, they want these people. They're the people we have to get. When this lady was hired, they brag about young person, first young woman, brilliant. They talk about her resume and they exalt it to the highest point. To hear the results now, to hear them telling us that this lady was not gelling. And to what I understand, I pick up, is that the Minister of Labor is saying that the lady, that the staff, she couldn't gel with the staff. Or the staff maybe had serious problems with her. And as a result, and I'm saying this, as a result, they had to get rid of the lady. You telling me now, young professional people coming to join this government or joining the public service to serve their country have to be so careful now that if they are not towing the line, their whole character, their whole their resume, this working thing they have could spoil. Other people and applying for a job somewhere else, they fire you in Grenada because you can't gel, you can't work with people. This thing that go out on that lady, it is a really, really bad thing for young professionals. And I hope young people taking heed of what go on there. That is why the Minister of Labor was fumbling so much. She was so cool in announcing and picky in words to really bring it out. Because they talk about that lady as the best thing after sliced bread when she come in. And then just a few months after, you are saying this professional person with a master's degree cannot gel with people. So the staff, and I am saying something I understand from the chatters of the street. I understand the lady box was packed by the staff, you know. Time she come in the office and she look west and she look east, south. She box was there in the north for she to go, you know. It was the staff package, right, you know. I heard it was a rough something, you know. And I think, you know, young people of this country have to look seriously what went on there and take heed, because this government is watching things cokey-eyed. To me, you have to watch them. When they're pointing on the left side, their eye watching on the right side. There's something wrong with this whole thing. This thing is going into children's melee. To me, it's really, really, really children's melee. Because you can't boast somebody up, and then after somebody like that, well qualified, and in a few months' time, you're telling me this person can't work with the staff? They can't blend with the staff? What kind of training that person got? It is really bothering. And I think when they boast about, oh, young people, and put old people aside and time for them to go home and they go home, I call it children melee. And I am saying, today we've seen it being fruits of children melee. Because what the Minister of Labor, the explanation she gave us there, could only be styled as children melee. Thank you, sir.
Thank you for
All right,
calling.
that was a salient discussion by the scholar. It make a lot of sense.
Yeah.
You want next one again?
No.
You keep saying the RGPF is a cause for concern, KB.
Mm-hmm.
Because on one hand, you crime is on the rise. Even accidents is on the rise, you know. Because them men didn't realize when they calling on Morris Bishop's spirit was a bad thing so to do. And if you see them, they light candle, lighter and all kind of thing. And it was a grand thing. But they didn't realize what they're doing to the Grenadian public.
All right.
Good afternoon, caller.
On the WhatsApp, huh?
Yes. Good afternoon, caller.
Good afternoon, gentlemen.
Hi.
I too was very concerned for a while now when I heard a name called as acting commissioner who I've never heard. Not that I know all policemen in Grenada also, but you know, the high ranking ones, you usually hear the names on news items or something like that, or doing interviews, you know, that type of thing. And when I heard that Mr. Martin apparently was out and you have a new acting commissioner, I was baffled by that. Well, as to actually what is going on, I don't know. But I could understand citizens are being very concerned about a thing like that. Two things I want to point out, I was hoping to talk about today. One, there was an interview done on the NDC Heartbeat last week, and it replayed today. I heard it last week, but today I took note of it, and it baffled me. There was the General Secretary of the NDC party justifying the Prime Minister having paid the teachers the dock pay, the dock salary. And that man used endless, he tried to be very convincing that the Prime Minister was right about that. You know, it is baffling because these guys don't understand a simple thing. If it was like a situation where that issue had never been to the court, where a ruling was given by a high court judge, and then they can come in as Prime Minister and Minister for Finance, and he give the dock salary back to the teachers, I could understand. It would make some sense. But understanding that a court ruling was handed down, saying that the teachers are not due that money. Not that I have a problem with teachers getting their money for political reasons. It might make some sense, but it made no sense because of the fact that the judge have already ruled. Now, two things about that. Here you have a prime minister who is a lawyer. And to my mind and understanding, that man has disqualified himself from ever becoming a magistrate or a judge in this part of the world. Maybe he might be able to become one in America, because you don't have to be even a lawyer to become the head of the Supreme Court in America and so on. But you have a man who is a lawyer, who should know better, disrespecting the ruling of a judge on an issue like that. That is highly embarrassing. is the worst level of disrespect that can be handed down to the court. So the guy trying to justify that today, he just irritated me to the worst level. Relative to the labor commissioner that has been fired, it baffled me to hear that the lady was on a 2-year contract. I couldn't understand what I was hearing there. When Deaton has already declared, even before he became Prime Minister, that this contract work that is given to people who are in prominent position is illegal, is unconstitutional. He has already declared that even before he became Prime Minister. But here he is now, having given the lady a
2-year contract
to head a department. I listened to what Claudette Joseph was saying on Friday. I think it was Thursday. One of the and then I listened to on Thursday. I listened to Miss Daisy Hazard, who is the public relations officer for the Public Workers Union, on Friday morning. She was on To The Point on GBN. And the lady was highly disturbed about the whole issue. As far as she is concerned, the answer that the Claudette has been given relative to that issue is not true. She's saying that plain and simple. I was so even surprised to hear that the lady was handpicked. We didn't juxtapose that to the fact of all that Claudette said when she was appointed. It's baffling. She was handpicked. And there she is now in a compromising position where, for example, Miss Daisy made sure he pointed out that if that lady has to go to look for a job now, wherever, that will show up on her resume, on her reputation, as you might say.
Yeah.
So here is the problem.
Yeah.
These people, they have opened a serious can of worms in a serious way.
The damager.
I mean, they are doing some dumb stupidity. I have no apology to make for that. They are doing some dumb stupidity. But let me say something that I pointed out on that radio station one time already. I criticized the whole idea of making Claudette Labor Minister, Legal Affairs Minister, and Attorney General at the same time. Now, she could be Labor Minister, she could be Legal Affairs Minister. I have no problem with that. But she was made Attorney General. So I mean, you need an objective person on the outside, from the outside, who is legally minded to be an Attorney General. But here is a complication of that whole issue. One day I was up by some friends in a shop, and I started talking about that. And I find it, because that time she was just appointed, and there was the two young people there laughing about the whole issue. But I went to go ahead. I know they were laughing at me. They was glad to hear what I was saying, because I was pointing out the nonsense about it. Only to find out when I finished speak that advisor was appointed. I mean, I've never heard something more senseless than that. An advisor was appointed to advise the Attorney General. The Attorney General has an advisor. She's there for as a lady, I understand. And she is there to advise the Attorney General, not for Labor and not for Legal Affairs, The thing is so sensitive because the Attorney General's job is to be in Parliament, in Cabinet, in every meeting. She's like a Cabinet member, or he or she is like a Cabinet member. So here is the problem. People who are privy to Cabinet decisions, Cabinet proceedings, are the people who are part of the Cabinet.
Yeah. So, but she had to tell you. She had to tell the advisor.
How an advisor could advise the Attorney General? What time she's going to advise the Attorney General? The Attorney General has to be there in the meeting, advising the government on legal and constitutional issues. So if they're making a decision, he or she could tell them, well, okay, that cannot be done, so because it would infringe on the constitutional rights, and whatever.
So she had to go back and tell the advisor.
Huh?
She have to go back and tell her advisor.
Yes, go leave the meeting. Go and ask the advisor what is the best idea. How we should go about doing that. How we should deal with it. That cannot happen.
So she'll be
So the thing is
leaking.
just absurd.
She'll be leaking confidential
Right?
information to the advisor.
To the advisor. And the only people who are privy to cabinet decisions or cabinet proceedings are the people who belong to cabinet.
Yeah.
If after cabinet meeting, which they're supposed to do by right, come and account to the people for the decisions that they make and the policies that they intend to implement, then they come and have press conference after that. But you cannot leave the meeting and go and ask your advisor what is the best idea relative to that issue. It is so senseless. So I'm yet to understand how a man like Deacon could come and create a situation like that, where you could choose an advisor for your attorney general, make the advisor the attorney general. That's as simple as it is. If the person qualified to advise the attorney general,
You're so right.
appoint them as the attorney general.
But you might have to be cabinet too.
That's the kind of contradiction that's showing up in this place nowadays, you know. And by the way, guys, I keep pointing on different programs that issue about a guy who works on he works at truck on the port, who is now complaining he can't get work on the port. He used to have work to show. You can't, so that tells you what is going on business-wise in the country. You know?
Yeah.
That's a clear indication of what is going on. The port is almost dead nowadays. Business is down. It's a serious situation. Yes. You have a lot of people not working. Okay, for example, the cess loan that they have given. It's a good idea, but hello, people go and open business nowadays. They take the cess loan, open business. Where are they going to get clients when people don't have money to spend? You get the point?
Yeah.
So we're in a serious tailspin right now. It's a serious situation. It's a tailspin we are in right now.
Yes,
and we need to understand to that.
Very
Okay, thank
informative
you, brother. Thank for your contribution. You're real positive today. You're real positive.
Okay,
Keep it up, brother.
yes,
Thanks for calling. Oh, he made some valuable contribution. You know, typical. They're not always on the ball.
Kiwi.
Good contribution.
The Attorney General is the legal advisor to Cabinet and by extension Grenada. But if what the caller says is true, the advisor to the because the work too big for. Let's take the call. Good afternoon, caller.
Good afternoon, gentlemen.
How are you doing, Chief?
Yeah, I called kind of early because the thing seems to be amusing. This gentleman, for a long time, made some real good points there. My very good friend that you had.
And who is your friend?
Yeah, and I thought they need really looking into. So I'm hoping that the opposition part, parliament members, Dr. Mitchell and his team, take note so that we can question those things in the parliament. Because some of these things is showing serious thing, you know. Who could park the lady box, or how the lady box could be parked, or she thinks was parked waiting for her? These things need to be investigated, and I think, Brother Carl, you in a position, you're the man that get the know. You're in a position to find out some of these things.
But all these questions we have, the leader of His Majesty's opposition have all these questions before, and them do answer, you know, Clifford.
But something wrong.
Them do answer. You listen to me. You cannot fault the opposition for not asking, because these questions are before them in Parliament, and they just do answering.
I don't know that before.
I'm telling you that, not you don't know, Clifford. I'm telling you that because I know.
Well, I hear what you say, but I'm saying that
Just don't tell me you don't know. I won't come on the radio and lie.
I didn't.
These questions are before them in Parliament, and they do answering.
I am saying that I hear what you say, but I'm saying these are dangerous statements. Serious danger. We don't. I don't know if we're looking at for it to be said that the lady box was parked waiting on her, and the Attorney General tell us that the staff cannot meet with her, and therefore it was referred to the Public Service Commission, and the hard was to part with her. That was the words coming from the Attorney General. So we have to be careful what swing we in.
serious piece of thing to be in.
Okay.
I hope we are understanding that.
Okay.
And
Take
if
care,
he
Brent.
have that information proper, I don't think he should say it. But if he have it proper, it's a serious thing. And Mr. Kala, I agree with you. You see that the opposition leader have it, but he did not getting the opportunity to ask it. And I think it's a dangerous situation.
You listen me in the beginning of the program?
No, I wasn't following the
Go
program.
back and listen to the beginning of the program on I speak on freedom of speech and how this government is trying to muzzle people and do having press conferences and do giving information and even people now when you go to meeting they tell you leave your phone outside.
Taking away the phone.
And all them kind of things. And when you see that and making people sign secrecy thing, we speak all about these things that you're talking about it. If you listen to the beginning of the program, it was highlighted.
No, I said I did not hear the beginning of your program because I was with some speaking to somebody. But some things that the gentleman said again about the commissioner of police. The prime minister did come on the air and say that the commissioner of police will be off on medical grounds for 8 weeks, approximately 8 weeks. That's what he said. I did hear that in a press conference. So, again, if they have more, let us know the more, but that's what he said to us.
Okay, thank you, brother. Thank you for calling.
You want another call?
Yeah, we have one on the
Let me take it.
WhatsApp.
Good afternoon, Kiwi.
Good afternoon, how are you doing?
Good afternoon, Evie. Good
Yes,
afternoon.
go on, caller.
KB, and you know when I look at this government, one of the qualifications for you to get a job right now is not your qualify the amount of subject you have, you're qualified to do the work here. What it is now, you must sign a paper and say that yes, I will be obedient to the transformation agenda. That is the qualification now. Okay. And because at this time, it's not your subject or not about integrity. You must agree to work with the transformation agenda. There is no transformation taking place. It's just a transformation in words, but not in deed. Right? Because if you qualify to do a job, and then you start to work, and you don't work, you went along with the transformation agenda, that disqualify you. So you always have to be a yes man to the transformation agenda. We just said that they're working through, but that was not yet. When I always say in life, half a loaf is better than nothing. Because I remember the Prime Minister was saying about contract work, and they will make people permanent. But Mr. Carl Igwe and Kiwi, you know how happy it will be when you will feel when you know when mountain reach, you're getting a salary. Yeah. Because don't because you're on a contract, but you're getting a salary. But right now, you have nothing to get because you're not on contract and you're home, right? You're home. You don't expect to get nothing. And when you see what the government is doing, they're deceiving people. They deceive people to come into government, and they still deceiving people, their own people, by lying to them. Think that is truth. Is open the eyes, and even the blind could see, but they just try to lie. And what kind of leader? What kind of father? We're going to encourage the children to lie to the senior. I consider when you encourage the children to lie to people, that you are not a real father. You only pretend to be a father and not a real father. Because a father is someone who will take care and encourage children to speak and to respect those in authority, not to lie upon people. So I call upon even the $150 that they took out from the senior citizen and the people that will get that money from the state. I call upon them to give back these people. They deserve it. They work hard.
You're right.
And
you're right.
Okay. They work hard for it.
Right.
And when you check what they do, KB, what they do, they hire people. What is the qualification? You hire a man because it's to spread propaganda, and when I spread propaganda for you, well, I would say when it's life encourage to spread propaganda, the truth will catch up with you. But when you speak the truth, you have no fear. So have a blessed case.
Yeah, thank you, and it's good, brother. You keep calling for the 150 and calling as much Grenadian as possible to put pressure on them to put back the 150.
KB.
Yeah.
school children say, well, Master Carl, you just talking about the police. And is it customary for the acting commissioner of police and the superintendent in charge of crimes to be in party convention dressed in civilian clothing? Is it customary for the commissioner of police, acting commissioner of police, and the superintendent in charge of crimes to be at party convention in civilian clothing? So they don't in uniform walk in.
Oh God.
And you see the kind of thing happening in this country?
No, if they're in the uniform, you can't say nothing.
No.
They're walking. But in civilian, they go and vote.
That's why the 200 police want to go.
They go
because the reality shopping is going on.
Well, the acting commissioner.
We are calling Let's take it.
Now we have one on the WhatsApp. Let's take it one time. Hello.
Hello. Good afternoon.
Yeah, afternoon.
Good afternoon.
I'm concerned about Mr. Bridgman. He's behaving for some time now as one of those pigs that get nasty blow.
Listen, caller. He
I tell you,
has his opinion. He has his opinion.
I am saying that.
Don't let that divide us.
No. He's not dividing us, but I'm saying his statements could divide us. Hello?
Yeah, go ahead. Make your comment.
All right.
Yeah, I'm hearing a feedback there. Yeah, I was saying his statements could divide us when he knows who is so dangerous in making statements. And the statements that he's making doesn't add up himself. He's behaving like one of those pigs that is getting blows, and we have to be careful that he don't get blows. So I don't know what you're gonna do, but
we go take your advice into consideration. We can advise us and break any bone. A school children ask another question again, Igwe. The morning session or the early session in every convention is for delegates.
Yes.
So if the commissioner acting and the superintendent in crimes, they want to know if them delegates
I know
or they already get deconized.
I'm not delegate, but later on are passing in the convention.
No, KB, listen what they say. Don't say what you want to say. They say all is part of the session is for delegate. Don't say what they don't say, KB. Listen what they say.
Yes.
Don't give your opinion. They say they know all the part of the convention is for delegates.
So who they
have to say about you passing day later?
So who this morning is delegates?
So they're asking if the acting commissioner and the superintendent of crime,
if they are delegates.
If they are delegates, don't say what you have to go this evening. That has nothing to do with it. Don't try to think, KB.
KB like think too. I wonder who they're voting for.
And they know they're in special branch. If you say the head of special branch, and not in special branch. So the people want to know. So the force has been decolonized. And they're talking about politics in the force. Who they want to remove and how they want to move. That the issues on them will have the Grenadian people confused.
Hello, good afternoon.
Hello, good day.
How are you doing?
Kirby.
Hi.
Igwe and Master.
How are you doing?
Of the low income bracket people in this country. We always see we always see what go on there. And it's not a surprise to see what is happening. And even everybody know the NNP is the party that cared for all the people, and in particularly the low-income people, jobs created, all kind of programs to create opportunities for the people, especially the low-income people. And when you will go around and you hear the cries of the people being firing, every day you're hearing somebody going home. They have their dismissal letters. You see what happened? The removal of the 150 when they say it should have been 650 when they were in not in government as yet. They heard what they say. You all have the clips. And people are bawling, and if you go right wrong, the VAT and sugar and so on, I don't know when that's going to take effect. But people are bawling all around your past. And they asking for the old driver. And not that is not if and perhaps, because people are feeling the pain and the pinch. And the thing about it, the government don't having press conferences where the media people gonna ask questions, and they're hiding. Those who, elected on the government side, they hiding. People in St. John's are asking. People in St. Patrick's is asking. All over, they're asking. Listen, they cry. They're hiding from them. And what I know, everybody, all who crying, young, old, everybody, they want back the old driver. I just, leave it like that. Now I'll come back on
Carla,
that.
before you go, we need to have a conversation, eh?
Yeah?
We need to have a conversation, so you should link me. We need to chat.
Okay. Yeah, but I go call back again. Yeah.
Yeah. KB,
Hey.
I bring that thing about the persons in the convention. Hold on, Carla, for you to understand something, and you're telling me what you go there. That has nothing to do with that. Let me tell you what is the problem here. The acting commissioner presently was made the deputy commissioner without acting. He was confirmed one time by this government. Usually you act in the capacity for a while.
Yeah.
He was confirmed one time. And when you see him in the convention, he must raise eyebrow. KB, it's not about who go in there and he open for everybody to go. That is same man they confirm to the rank of deputy commissioner one time without acting, which is unprecedented in the RGPF. It has happened before, but the norm is that you act for a while. And the superintendent in charge of crime, we all know who is the superintendent in charge. And we all know what is the litany of discussion on that superintendent. And when the people spot them in civilian clothing in a convention, you have to answer.
Yeah.
And seeing that the only session of a convention is for delegates.
Yeah.
So whether you want to go there this evening, KB, matters not.
Yeah.
And they don't in ASB to say they come in and do counterintelligence. That is that is decolonization. And sorry that the RGPF and at the same time, KB, so much of crime going on in this country, and you don't hear in that man and them saying nothing. You don't hear in the Minister of National Security saying nothing. The police have problems about those acting while they're getting paid, and these men are not saying nothing. Look at the situation in persons. They know you have about 200 applications to retire from the force and they're not saying nothing, but you're seeing them in convention. That is my problem with the whole thing, KB. So not about if you want to go evening. That matters not. It matters not so much a nonsense happening in the RGPF, but yet still you see the acting commissioner and the superintendent in charge of crime in a NDC convention in civilian clothing. That is the crux of the matter. So that means they get deconized.
They go and vote.
Or they show in the true colors.
They go and vote, man.
They don't wear no clown suit today. They show in the true colors. They might suck in tete too. And that is the crux of the matter, okay? Not about you going there this evening. The fact is, one, this government appoint this acting commissioner without acting. They confirm him to the rank. We all know about that superintendent in charge of crime and all what others be said. But yet still in the delegate session or the thing in civilian club. Wonder which constituency them is delegates for? The people ask that.
One of them was going up.
So not out who go in later and see. That what is confusing. And with all what going on, all the guns and all kind of thing, they remain mute. Cat in their tongue. They don't say nothing.
But in convention.
They might going to see if you haven't. Well, anyways, I don't know. But the people asking, not me. You are calling?
You know what to call for.
Let's take the call.
Hello.
Hey.
Mr. Carl.
Hey.
A gentleman that I have a lot of respect for, because I think you search your information very well, and you come up with filing, and I respect you. But you sit there and let a gentleman refer to me as a pig on your program. And all I said is that the gentleman that said that the lady box was packed waiting, we have to be careful because that could be a dangerous statement.
Before.
And I see nothing wrong in saying that because I made it clear, say, if so, that means that the lady was fired before, based on what was said, because we were told by the Attorney General that the staff couldn't get along with her, and therefore they went back to the Public Service Commission to have her released. And all I'm saying is that if a box with our things was packed already, meant that coming from the gentleman, if you don't have certainty and it can be dangerous, and you start there and let a gentleman refer to me as a pig, but I just want the gentleman to know he behaving more as a pig.
I will say the same thing. What I say to the gentleman, I will say to everybody entitled to their opinion. I show you here when I tell him that.
Yeah, but
don't let this little thing and I'm upset you. You're an experienced guy.
You to control the program. You don't let people say what they want on the program.
Yeah, but I must let you say what you want.
Yes, what good for... I didn't say anything contrary.
No, Clifford, everybody entitled to their opinion. Let me know. Right? We are bigger fishes. Clifford, we are bigger fishes to fry than this little thing.
No, I like to fry little fish too.
Alright, okay, take care. Have a good evening.
Take care of the best.
I would like to read some of the comments what the people are saying about him, but I can't say that on here.
Let's go ahead.
We have a next one here.
So if voice no day in the convention.
Hello? Hello?
Yes, gentlemen. Yes. I came back, because when I heard, are you hearing me?
Yeah, we hear you.
When I heard Carl mention about the acting commissioner in civilian clothes, I said I had to. This is the most amazing thing you could find happening in this place nowadays. Everything start going wrong in this place. But let me give you all a joke, Well, two jokes. There was a meeting, NDC General Council meeting, I think they call it, in Versailles one time. Well, I'm always curious about what's going on in the country, and especially political issues. So I went by the meeting, but it was held in the school, in the primary school in Christian. And I stood up on the outside in the corridor listening to the meeting. But there was a lady who's sitting right in front of the door, at the end of the hall, close to the Standard 5 and Standard 6 area there. I was standing on the outside there. The lady who was sitting right close to the door, the last chair close to the door, got up. So I went to okay. But you might justify by saying your foot tired.
Go ahead.
So I went and sit on the chair. There comes Glenn Noel. Glenn Noel come and tell me, you don't belong to that meeting. You have to get out. I just smile and I get out. I just smile and I got up. But let me give you another joke. When I was talking to the two young people about the issue of the Attorney General being a cabinet member and whatever, explaining to them what the whole issue is about. These two people, they were laughing because they know the situation on that one. One of them is to work in the office where the advisor comes from. And one of them, the other one, is a close relative of the advisor. So this is why they were laughing about the whole issue. To an extent. And at the same time, I was told of the incompetence of the lady who was chosen as the advisor to the Attorney General. Another thing I want to talk about here. When the Prime Minister, he wasn't Prime Minister, he was just the political leader of the NDC, mentioned in the meeting about building 500 houses in the different parishes in the country. I just laughed. The statement sounds so absurd to me, and because you know I do building, right? And I know how impractical and senseless that whole statement was. So when I heard recently, who's my good friend, the Minister for Housing, you all have a phone that is doing digital now. When I heard the Minister for Housing announce to the people of the country that they are looking for partnership, they are looking for land, and they are looking for other investors, you might say, to partner in accomplishing that campaign promise. The thing sounds so senseless because that should have been the first thing they know. They should have known that to happen. They have available places, available land, and the ability to do it comes basically on that. And is there a need for 500 houses in every constituency? I mean, you have to understand what all these guys are doing. The promises that they make from that perspective, and they get people to believe in it. It's just absurd. And this guys, they are embarrassing the whole situation a lot worse than I expected. Honestly,
you're so right.
I thought they would have been doing a better job than they showed so far. Anyway, take care. I'm listening.
Thank you. Thanks for calling. Hello?
We have one on the line.
Hello?
We'll call back.
442-0175.
Good afternoon, caller. Hello?
Hello?
Hi.
Yes, I just want to say
Don't want to say.
Yes, listen to y'all at the police, the Royal Grenada Police Force.
Speak up a bit, alright?
Yes. Concerning the police.
Yeah.
I want to say that in my time looking at the Royal Grenada Police Force, you know, I have never seen that kind of strange movements taking place. Because the police is there to protect and serve the people.
To take side.
And not be politicized. Yes? Because one area that I know the police force are doing a great job is community policing. And community policing means you're reaching out to the communities, into the homes, into the highways, the byways, and reaching out to our people, especially young people. And there should be no political affiliation in doing that. And it's worrisome because if that trend is taken, what will happen in the future? You're talking about gun violence and you're talking about the peace and the stability of the country. So I believe that that road is a very dangerous road, and I ask that the authorities revisit that and change the order of that course. Thank you.
KB. Aye. Dr. Mitchell. Mother had how much years and he had dysfunction.
100.
And he had certain people who came to the function to see who public workers came to the function. Now you have NDC convention.
Yeah.
The superintendent of crime, the vice no guy. And them doing it.
I hope you're observing that too.
Hello, caller.
Hello.
Yes, good afternoon.
How you going?
Hey, comes.
Yes, I say I didn't want to take my call today.
Tommy, why are you doing that for?
I'm trying.
We look forward to your call every day.
When I call, Master Carl, somebody else there before me.
Yeah, we are waiting line.
You have on your African timber and your staff boy. Yes. Anyhow, good afternoon to the Grenadian people home and abroad. Good afternoon. Good afternoon to everybody. Steve, wait. Good afternoon. I ain't seen you, boy. I ain't seen you. Yes, anyhow, I feel happy to know that you all there have been listening from the beginning of the program. Good afternoon. First of all, the police and them that they in the convention now, them is NDC supporters, eh? Them is NDC supporters. And I think they know that. No disrespect, but them is NDC supporters. And Mr. Martin is there, thank God he's there. But I don't know what is going on. And let me tell you all, the Grenadian people something. The police force is divided. right now in Grenada, Caracas, Petit Martinique. They divided. A lot of police, they're sending them the thing to leave. Some leave already, and we know that. Anything school children say the truth. Right? And next thing is KB and Master Carl and G-Way and the Grenadian people. What Miss Claudette Joseph to that lady, she damaged that lady reputation.
Yes.
If that lady has to get a job in America, England, and they ask her she resume, she won't get a job. She destroyed that woman. And I will ask that lady, if you're listening and you have friends that are listening and family, come and speak out. Speak out, ma'am. These people is not good people. They're not good. I don't like them. I don't hate. But I don't like their behavior, what they're doing to the Grenadian people. Them is wicked people. Because you tell the Grenadian people, Miss Father tell the Grenadian people how good that woman is. And now, others tell her you mouth, she's no good. They fire the lady, you know. They had fire her. That is some tobacco well press. Right? And who to be blamed for this thing? What happened in Grenada today? Who to blame? The former Prime Minister and the other ministers in government under the NNC had one wheel people in Grenada, Caracas, Petit Martinique. Wednesday, the country had KB. KB, I ain't saying that because I want people to say, oh God, I had $100 and I went to get some snacks to put in the tray to make $1. And I buy 2 packs of Dixie biscuit, 2 packs of the Dixie biscuit. Guava flavor, the cheese, and the peanut. And I buy 2 packs of mint. And a pack of the Winter Fresh, $25 for the half tray. So I buy 2 trays, $50. And out of the $100, I get back $30 and I think 20-something cents.
Yeah, 4 items.
You understand? That alone to tell the people what's going on with us in this country. As one of the former callers said, everybody balling, everybody balling. NDC balling, NNC balling. Who to be blamed?
Some balling with their mouth closed.
Some again, yeah, of course. They have a muscle and they mouth. So yeah. I remember Dr. Mitchell did tell them in Parliament, as you play the clip earlier on, with everybody. With everybody. And he said, and that is the part I like when I heard he said that. You have to go to a training school to be the highway. And they didn't take heed. You know something? Sometimes I sit down and I think, if these people that is there in the Parliament now had continued with the program that the NNC had there, Grenada would have been a better place. Today, Grenada would have been a better place, but they didn't want that. So I am not sorry for me, Camille T. Scott, what I'm going through and the other people out there. We bring that and we say, Grenada was blessed. Grenada was blessed under the NNC government. Things was happening for the Grenadian people. But we go right back. Take this land. You want to invoke a dead man. You invoke a dead man. And all kind of things happening. Accident. People kill people. People robbing. People lying. Ministers in government lying. They're doing all kind of wrong things. When a poor person go in the bank, where a man gets how much billion of dollars, go for $10,000, they can get a set of old fraud people doing all kind of wrong things. They have a track record of doing wrong things in different places where they work. Something wrong. Mr. Deacon Mitchell as the Prime Minister of Grenada, rethink what you're doing, sir. You suffer in the poor people in this country. country. Everybody speaking and the poor people crying out shame. Young people, sir, think about it. All the ministers inside of that cabinet under the NEC, you all come from poor background family. My God. Water bill gone up. The right people crying out. And you all don't walk the street of Grenada. People can see you all to tell on you in your face what's going on. Dr. Kit Claudius Mitchell, I could remember a few years back. That man used to tongue, you go to the market, and he will ask the vendors, how is business? He will pass on the terminal, how is business? He will pass in some of the shops in the villages and ask people. Nobody seen out. Everybody hiding. And the journalists and them, they don't have the ability to find all yourself in the complex. Go in the back and the top. Because they just go from top to take the elevator. Go there in the morning. Go every morning and wait with all you. Mike, as they come out of the car, ask them questions. Because under Keith Mitchell, you all used to find all yourself. All I want to ask questions. They are bumped up. The people, all you so hypocrite in this country. Hypocrisy. God will punish all you. God has to punish you all for the wrong things you are doing to we as poor people in this country. I am suffering. But I ban my belly. And I'm not running no. I don't go nowhere. I stand right there.
All
I
right,
stand right there. Have a good evening.
Well, you take care and be safe.
It was good. Hello? Hi. Hello? Afternoon.
You did too close to your radio.
Yeah, no, I'm going to Hello?
Yes, hello. Go ahead.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Now, I just want to say something. These people and them, they have no regards for Grenadians, especially poor people. Because let me get this straight. First thing they do, they destroy the elderly by taking on the 150 on the salary. They don't work. They didn't make a day work yet. They take how much? $200.
2,000.
They take how much money for themselves? No, listen. This thing are going on there with this minister that go and get this amount of money. Is it illegal to get it? I'm just asking questions because the talk is on the ground, all kind of things. We want to know what's going on with these people and them. According to Master Carl and Igwe, if they cannot drive, let go the steering wheel, give us back the steering wheel.
Let go the wheel, man. They will crash.
Let go the wheel and give us back the steering wheel. Tell us, okay, we will conduct on the bus still until we learn to drive. It's about time Grenadians come out and speak and say, look, what is what. First, the elderly people want back the $150.
Yeah.
And second, these people and them have to give up. They don't have it. To me, the license is a by license they get. They don't drive for it. So put on the license, go and sit down in the conductor's seat and give back the driver the steering wheel. Thank you very much, gentlemen.
Okay, good. Thanks for calling.
Somebody asked what it delegates, and if not, why around there in uniform to show a force of in uniform to show security.
Of course,
to its marks.
Nobody could question them if they are uniform. When you go in civilian clothes in a private session, only delegates allow. It shows something not right. The number to call 442-0175.
We have one on the WhatsApp.
Let's take it.
Hi, go right ahead.
Afternoon again, gentlemen. The reason why Glenn put me out of the session is because I was not delegating.
Was you not ready?
Because you know I was not delegating, so I put me out.
Of course,
I was supposed to be there. So I don't know what this guy.
I hope they put out those police.
No. I mean, I was in uniform. But you know, okay. I remember when these guys and them did that invoking of the spirit of Maurice Bishop. This thing was so disturbing to me. I said, these guys and them don't have a clue as to what out there dealing with him. But Grenadians suffered for it. Well, but the other thing, two other things I will point out. That $150 is disturbing to the highest hilt. Given the fact that before Deacon become Prime Minister of this country, he was there, and I heard when he said it, that the World Bank says that if you're working for less than $650, I wasn't sure as to whether it's US money or Eastie money they were saying. But in that case, it's Eastie they must be talking about, right?
Easy.
Or if it's Eastie they're talking about, if it's Eastie, Deacon said that the government, because of what the World Bank said, why the government not even make sure that they give the people $650 at least, or if they could even add to it. The fact that the money is not a taxpayer's money, it is a World Bank sponsored program. What stopping Deacon from putting back that $150 and even adding to it and stop contradicting his own self? He's the Minister of Finance, he's the Prime Minister.
Yeah.
There's a lady who usually she does call Mr. Peer program. So I know that she don't call that program. She don't call the regular morning program, right? But when Mr. Peer, I heard her many times on Mr. Peer program long time. She used to be saying the worst of that thing against Kit Mitchell and Kit Mitchell government. That woman went as far as to refer to the Prime Minister Kit Mitchell when you were there as a pig. Time for the pig to get out of the palace. That's how far. If you hear this woman nowadays, I hear on GBN all the time, and on Shaggy especially on morning time. The kind of things that woman does say about Deacon Mitchell nowadays is amazing. She goes as far as calling Deacon a liar, and she's saying that it's better to be some kind of other person rather than a liar. Because she points out to people how dangerous a liar is. And as the head of the country, or the leader of the country, I should say, the political leader, as you might say. That lady nowadays gives Deacon fire more than anybody in the country. If I think I give him Deacon fire, listen to that lady. And she was the harshest opponent of Kit Mitchell. She becomes the harshest opponent right now of Deacon Mitchell. I know that lady a whole lot. She and I used to talk on the radio, on phone at one time. When the lady get to know that or realize that I'm a Mitchell too, what the lady said to me, she talked to me again because she don't talk to no Mitchell. The man told me after that. The man stop talking to me because I'm a Mitchell. My name is Denot Mitchell.
Level of contempt she had for Kit Mitchell.
Right?
What caused it?
You man hate Kit Mitchell so much.
What you think caused this turnaround?
What you think, what?
What you think caused this turnaround by this woman?
The turnaround?
What you think is responsible for the turnaround?
She's claiming that she don't like, I heard it. She's claiming that she doesn't like liars. And, the kind of a lie that she's pointing out that Deacon has been giving the people nowadays. She can take it. So, as far as she's concerned, no matter who it is, she can't stand a liar. and she considers Deacon to be the biggest liar in the world right now. I'm telling you, frankly, she comes on Shaggy almost every morning.
All right.
And she also comes on TBN.
All right. Take care of the best. All right, boss. 4420175. Hello?
Not yet.
It's amazing.
Big way holy wheel.
Yeah, man.
Drive careful, man.
Yeah.
So,
whole wheel, man.
Here goes. I have some questions again for one by the name of Mr. Andy Williams, Honorable Andy Williams, KB. Let's take the call.
Hello?
Yes, KB, you know why? You know why this lady don't like going on under the NDC government ridiculous? She said the conclusion when she said about the money in Granada that it is with this white man and the passport business.
Yeah.
She tell him to
Bring the facts.
and for months she was asking for the facts. She said, bring it to the people. And that is where she starts to give you every morning. Yes, she didn't like it, Michelle name. She used to like to hear. She used to call him a kitty boy and all them things. But then she said, bring the facts to show the people. Yes, that is where my good friend start to give them fire and call him liar and they hate her now.
All right.
But she don't mean anything bad.
All right.
And if the Grenadian people massacre and KB,
Yeah.
they want back the old driver, let the Grenadian people every take the street. If you all want back the old driver, take the street. The Grenadian people, if you are suffering and you want back Dr. Kid Claudius Mitchell, let's take the street. Let us take the street and protest and cry out the trouble we're going through. Because the voice of the people is the voice of God. If we don't put them there, we could take them down. Take the street if you all want to call the old driver. If you want the old driver to drive the bus the right way, take the street. Already, it's 1 foot a hand. But I'm ready.
All right, Carl. All right, take
Have a
your
good
time.
evening, everyone.
All right.
I have a next one on the WhatsApp. Hello?
No one radio.
Good afternoon.
Good
afternoon, Master Carl, KB, and Igwe. I wouldn't say that I'm a bit surprised as to what today's NDC is doing. I've been around for quite a while. What took place in 2008, I'm not too sure if persons can go back to 2008 and try and recollect and put the pieces together. This is exactly what is taking place now. I say that to say, our MP for St. John's, while campaigning in a meeting on Central Dependent Street by the gas station, I can vividly remember she saying, here is the dream team, or this is the dream team that will take Grenada forward. When I look at the stage, I was there in the meeting. When I look at the stage, I believe the only person that is sitting in cabinet now with her was Mr. Persuader. All the other persons on the platform were members of the previous NDC. And I firmly believe, and I said it again, I said it before, and I will continue to say it, there are persons operating behind the scenes. If you check what is going on, there are persons operating behind the scenes. The firing of the Commissioner of Labor, I could attest to what took place in 2008. I know. A lady called earlier on the program, and she speak up. Somebody have to go and study and read the application or the information they get is late and they might barely make it. Could attest to that. I could personally attest to that. So what is happening now? It might be surprise to some people, but it's not no surprise to me. It is not no surprise to me because I will say it now with no apology. The persons that are there in NDC is just at face value. We have persons behind the scene doing the operation. We have persons behind the scene doing the operation. I need persons to take time off and study what is taking place. These things are not happening by accident. These things are not happening by accidents. The persons behind the scenes have the motive, have the agenda. And it is clear as crystal. I don't know who are not seeing it. Because our PM is young. We're not young. Dr. Kid Mitchell tell them they should come into a training school. How much of them that in there went into a training school? Talking about training school to lead, to govern. How much of them that went into a training school? None. So the previous NDC of 2008, how they mess up, how they fail, so they come in and push their agenda to that new NDC. And it's the same thing that would happen as what transpired in 2008, 2013.
So they come in
I want somebody prove me wrong.
Correct.
I want somebody prove me wrong. KB, you know, you study politics. I say you study politics. You've been around politicians. Prove me wrong, KB. Prove me wrong.
Well, Master Carl Judge
there are people behind the scenes working. There are people behind the scenes working. The NDC persons we have, the ministers and things we have at the front, they're just there because they were elected, because the persons, the old NDC personnel and them know very well that the Grenadian public would not have supported them in the election. Prove me wrong. I'm listening.
One question before you go. Hello?
Go ahead.
How's she going? Mm-hmm. Yes, Igwe. You want next one?
Yeah, we do.
Let's take it.
Hello. Hello.
Good morning. Good afternoon, sorry.
Good afternoon.
Master Carl.
Hey.
What you do?
Good.
All right. Are you good?
I did.
Everybody good?
Yeah, man.
All right. So I see you have grass growing in a hole in the cemetery, you know. Oh, Lord, you know, to give a little joke. Grass growing literally, you know.
They say Barbados had to play football against Grenada and go off the condition of the field. Was a problem. They had to move the game. I don't know, school children say that.
Well, he had a game in Fort Pasteur and the people in Fort Pasteur, they had to have a game, I think, and they condemned the field, you know. The coach or the manager of one of the foreign teams said that the field not good at all. The field wasn't good at all. You didn't read up on that?
School training tell me that on it.
Well, I think I read up on that the other day. I had to go and look for it. But I mean, when I see grass growing in a hole in the cemetery there, I say, well, it's real bad. Real bad.
Boo them in there, man.
You see the road by me here, it's deteriorating.
Rapidly.
Yes, but they say everything can happen in that short space a month, but the amount of things that happen.
But you could have corruption in that short space of time.
The amount of things that happen, you can't find one good thing so far. Not one good thing. Everything is to them, to their benefit.
So what them NDC people saying? What them NDC people saying by you? The mouth shut?
Well, right now, I don't know how to tell you. If they I don't know. Some of them they're mouth shut, but you have some that they're not really pleased. They're not pleased. They're struggling. They're sending home monies one by one. They ain't sending them all at a time.
No, they learned from last time.
Yeah, so they're sending them all at a time. They're sending them some at a time.
They get smart.
Yes, some at a time. So you won't look so bad. All those who over 35 that Dr. Mitchell used to leave there to get a little extra dollar and thing, you know, they weren't really training, you know, but they're sending them home now, but economy is not there. The economy is, the thing bad.
Yeah, you could only talk about economy when you're spending money.
we're spending money. Yes.
You can't
And
talk
then,
about economy when you ain't spending money.
Right. So, and it's like, people seeing it, but, and I keep saying over and over when I call in is that you're not feeling the empathy from the party.
No.
You're not hearing the okay, well, we understand the economic situations and we're going to try to see how we could put measures in place to assist the people. It's not only the vulnerable people that are feeling it, everybody.
Like the king one break.
When you see businessman come out by the road and they lime in, something wrong. You know what I mean? They come out by the road and they stand up or they on the sidewalk, they watching what's going on, people passing and stuff. All during Christmas, businessmen you see them by the road. But that's my whole thing about this situation here now, Massacre, is the fact that there's no empathy. You're not hearing, forget about press conference. Don't look for it, it ain't gonna happen. They tell you everything is on a need-to-know basis. So, even though they're not having press conferences, at least come out and say, well, or send out a press release and say, well, okay, no, we're going to be doing this to alleviate some of the cost of living is just going up. It's like there's no price control in Grenada right now. And then you hear the NDC people, the people that support the party, saying, oh, cost of living going up everywhere. Well, that was happening from the time COVID finished. Cost and the war in Ukraine, cost of living was going up, and but everybody was blaming Doc. Keith was going up then. But here's what he did. He took out the levy or whatever, he took out whatever on the water, he took out whatever on the current bill. Yeah. He capped the gas price. Yeah. So if you go up, you go down, it was $15. If you go up $15, cap it. Right? And then he had the stimulus package for the people that lost their jobs and all these things and them. And he during the pandemic, created jobs. Because here you are, having people doing the monitors and the sanitizers. That was an excellent program in the schools. Probably just, if they couldn't keep all, they probably would have sent some somewhere else and whatever. So he did put, and things were still happening. Like the roads were being fixed still. And people got a little, forget about road walk. No road walk at all. So find your way.
Is that taboo, girl?
So it's like you're speaking your words is falling on deaf ears. So for them to hear, if they're not hearing, they say who can hear will have to feel.
But you're so correct, they have no empathy.
If they cannot hear,
they will have
that
to feel.
The people are going through their stress and that the people are crying about the current hardship, economic hardship in Grenada at the moment, then there's something they call you going to feel. And that is, I'm not instigating anything to anyone. I'm not saying what they should do and what they shouldn't do. But when the people's backs are against the wall, you will find
pressure as boss pipe. Just put it simple. Pressure or boss pipe.
Going to be taking place, and they're not. And I don't think that they care anything about the Grenadian people.
So
they
correct.
Don't care nothing at all. Believe me when I say that. You can't care for people and not come out and have a little press conference and give people hope. That's what the press conference does. It gives people hope that something is going to happen, that the people that you elected into cabinet, to the parliament, are discussing our matters or issues in cabinet and coming back and telling us what is what and what is not, and what are some of the things they're going to be doing, or what jobs they expect, or whatever. That is the point of cabinet. So you have your press conference. I guess NNP spoil us. NNP spoil us to the point where we used to get really little information every Tuesday. You understand? And Doc wasn't the... But another thing, how is it that you have a prime minister towing this prime minister don't have no confidence in the ministers at all. The minister of housing is not capable enough of towing the housing scheme. Prime minister have to go in everything. Where you see the ministers and them, I mean, come on. It speaks volumes. You don't have no trust in your cabinet that you can send them and have a press conference and tell the people, well, look, we plan to do the bushing, this, that, the other. We plan to employ 3,000 young people here, there, the other. We're creating this job. We're going to alleviate, we're going to do things, come out. But they don't have that in them. It's not in them because, as the lady said prior, 2008, these people, I find it's the same set of people that have no empathy at all for people that is doing the same thing here now. No empathy at all. You don't even try to come and say something nice. Nothing nice. Nothing. It's just a set of cry. You see people crying on the books. And the people calling and talk about what's happening, man. From one to the next. From the Haitians, now you have the fine, the Labor Commission, you have your increase in salary, you pay people that didn't work, you traveling, millions of dollars spent in travel allowance, you have a minister taking my money, borrowing from the government that I pay in tax to help fund, borrowing money before he fix the people.
And then the thing about it, not only borrowing, which is bad and which is illegal and which is corruption, you know. The fact that he's trying to cover it up and call it fake news and propaganda.
And then come back and say you borrowed 600,000. Who is fooling? They have to stop it. They have to stop that. So at this point, we have a whole long list of things that has happened, that is happening, that is not positive towards the country or to the people of Grenada. And then I keep asking, what are some of the positive things that are happening in Grenada at the moment? I mean, grass growing in the hole in the cemetery. Who fixing it?
Okay, thank you for calling, madam.
Have yourself a wonderful day.
Yeah. Number to call 442-0175. Hello?
Good afternoon, folks.
Good afternoon, how are you doing?
I'm all right. What you're having is a confinement or a convention? Because I usually
convention.
Doing what it could be doing in that convention.
Police.
But massacre, the movers and shakers of the NDC is not none of the guys that are there now. There are people who are running the government behind the scenes.
And they sit down in the veranda right now.
Yes, and so we need to do something drastic before this economy becomes impossible to come back. I mean, Dr. Mitchell has done enough. I mean, to call him now is kind of hard, you know. But he's the only man I see and know that, you know, could bring back this economy and bring back to start some stability. And it will take some time. But we have to do something drastic because we cannot allow this thing to go for too long. These guys just don't know what they're doing. Just imagine problem after problem after problem after problem, and there is no change in the way they govern. You see, because the NDC believe in total dominance, not good governance. That's the problem. So I leave it up to the people. The people are the ones who put them there. The people are the ones to take them out. But again, we need some leadership in that aspect so that the leadership will lead from the front and the people could follow. Okay. So I pray that you guys, I know you're putting your life on the line, you're putting your jobs on the line, you're putting your reputation on the line, but it's for us to do it. And we thank God for you guys. We're praying for you guys. We pray that you all will find the courage and the strength to continue to do the work that you're doing. Because it's for the Grenadian people. Now, sad, you know, because it's hard for you to go and do that now because the Grenadian people had it in their hand and they throw it away.
Yeah.
And you have to go back now and make sacrifice for them. But again, let's get enough Eden. God gave Adam and Eve a whole universe to control. And they threw it away. And still when God came to look for them, they run. So, so you see, you guys have to do what you have to do based on God's grace, right?
Yeah.
So when you're doing anything now, you're doing it because of God's grace, not because the people deserve it. Maybe they do deserve it, but again, some of them don't know better. You know what I mean? So may God bless all you and continue to be strong in the Lord and the power of His might, because God is the one that have all you there with that program. Wasn't for that program, I would not have known what was taking place, and the Ghanaian people would not have been informed of what is happening. So may God bless all you and take care of all yourself and all your family. And I pray God will continue to bless all you tremendously from here on. Bless you.
Ciao.
Hello, afternoon.
Like you know it did.
Hello.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, my dear lady.
How everybody doing?
Good.
Master, you know I tell you we have somebody behind the scene who was directing. You know the other one is why they could not direct, because it's in a corporation. When I say direct, what they want to do, it didn't have the corporation in the first NDC. That is why they didn't get to do what they had to do. And it's still a corporation. And then, you know, I'm telling you, look at the direction. The one people who they letting go in the money. The guy, the same person tell me again, once the contract up, they beat the road. That's what going on with them, you know. I tell you that every day I'll be down the radio station. When I'm talking about the Mr. PSA democratic, it are not democratic. Where that can be going to start that country right now? What's going on there? We got to go on the road. Hit the road right now. Otherwise, none of us will survive, you know. That's what worse than COVID, you know. We got to move. We have to get up and move right now. Otherwise, that country, you see what that people and them have there, Dr. Mitchell may know how to start neither to end. So we have to do what we have to do. I ready with my clock going on the road. Get up and let me not come on radio station and beat him out again. Let me go and do what we have to do. That's democracy in this time now, you know. Because man, COVID, that wasn't COVID, you know. So later.
Take care of the best. Hello.
One on the WhatsApp there.
Hello.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. How are you doing, Chief?
Everybody, yeah, you seem like it. Yeah, sorry. Hold on.
Hello.
Hello.
Yes. Hello.
Yeah, good evening.
Good evening.
Yeah, Master Carl. I think we have to put all the clips together, like a record, put it on a DJ, and go right around the country. I think we don't have to do that. And at the same time, we take the road. Have a blessed evening.
Okay, all the best. Take care.
Go on with things, man.
Hello? Yeah, man.
Hello?
Hello, go right ahead.
Hey?
Yeah, go right
Yeah,
ahead.
speak, man, we're hearing you.
Yes.
Listen your phone and not the radio.
Hey?
Listen your phone and not the radio.
No, I no longer radio right down.
Yes, so don't listen to the radio. Alright, okay.
Alright, go ahead.
Yeah, well, I know everybody on the panel, but all you have twisted program going on. I could never live without that radio station, right through. And all you have real things going on there. And anytime all you ready for me, I is a old school. I know everybody there. Yeah, waiting on the thing to happen because I do love it.
All right.
Take care.
Okay.
Thanks for calling.
Hello, good afternoon. Hola.
Hello. This man look at the phone now.
No, man, somebody listening to the radio.
Yeah, listening to the radio.
Okay.
And you have a delayed.
Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Hello, how you doing?
Bro!
Whoa.
Wago.
Where is he?
Like you ready for it?
Already long, not now. A matter of fact, this NIS, just now NIS go because they go dip their hand in NIS, you know.
Well, they might dip it already, you don't know that.
They go dip their hand there to pay a salary certain time to come.
And the poor people are getting 2 cents, they won't get nothing.
They go deplete the funds.
Yeah. Because nobody won't give them money.
No, let me tell you, but listen this, and what people have to understand. Monetary institution doesn't borrow government money to pay salaries, KB.
No, that's not true.
So when they can't pay, they start to sell, disposal of assets. So look out.
Yeah.
Just now things go start to sell. The place go open like book.
Listen.
All right.
They're in there for long.
All right.
Take care.
Very soon.
All right. 242-0175.
We have one on the WhatsApp.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hello.
Hey, good afternoon, Master Carl. Afternoon, KB. Afternoon, Igwe.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, to the caller that talked about who was around in 2008, I remember what happened. I remember clearly. So there is that. And the party had lost, they lost 11 seats. So NP had 4 seats. And they came back and regained all in 2013 and all in 2018. So to the NDC, are saying this 9-6 and all the skin and all the tail, there is nothing. Secondly, this kind of worms that apparently the Minister of Labour, the AG, and the advisor to the Labour Commission, whoever she name is, that kind of worms that she opened there with this contract and sacking people with contract. You want to bet all the other contract workers will rally around this lady, Ms. Thomas, and make an example of this government? Mark my words, that will happen. That's how I see it. Have a good day.
All right, take care of the best. Thanks for calling. 442-0175.
Holy Willy go.
If them people ain't like to watch the YouTube, watch YouTube home, no go and walk. and if they tell I can't watch YouTube and walk, no vex with that.
What interesting is that before you get a job, they do all the investigation, check on your background, your record. They call, to get a loan in a bank, they call in other bank to see if you have any loan and your track record. But the man in the south, your record don't matter. Hello?
KB.
Hi.
KB, you listen to the program with the callers this afternoon. We fed up and we tired and we talking about to take the road. We're talking about to speaking up for the right and the separation. Calling the radio and say, oh, look, we have to do something. Grenadians, get your placard and write what all you have to write and let's take the street. Because enough is enough. Enough is enough. Enough people waiting. They're just waiting. People is speaking about the separation, KB. KB, Grenadian suffering. That is not no talk. It's real. That is the reality of going on in Grenada. We need to get out there and protest. How much people they were put in the jail and in the mental home? We have to come out and speak out, KB. KB people, business people, everybody is suffering. These people don't care about poor people in Grenada, Caribbean, Petit Martinique. They don't come and buy in the market. They're going online and order the thing in food pay and food land. They don't buy from poor people on the street. We got to get out there. Who want in the house? That is them, but the people have to come out. That is my plea today.
Okay.
And they can't do me nothing. God Almighty is the higher man in charge. In charge of Grenada. We got to get out there. All right.
All right, take care. All the best. 442-0175.
Before I take the next call, I have a comment here from you from a good friend of yours. Comrade Lieutenant Kennedy Budlal. You remember who wrote the book named We Move Tonight? Hope Grenada is not heading down that same road.
Lieutenant Colonel Lane wrote that book, We Move Tonight. Nah, we're heading that road.
We don't go down there.
Nah.
All right. Hello?
Hello?
Hello, we're hearing you. Go right ahead.
Yeah. I'm delighted in the way that our former Prime Minister Mitchell, I'm delighted in the way that he's doing his thing, in that he's staying aside and let the people protest. I like that. I really love that. He's not pushing himself to for them to get excuses to do what they have to do. And then, Mr. KB, they will not be pushing you too. They will not be pushing you too at all, because Deacon Mitchell might mistake you from some Haitian that coming in as mercenaries.
Send him out.
Yeah. They can't go like the troops on us, you know. So we don't want that. They're gonna do it themselves. The same way that the Morris Bishop and boys did it. They're gonna do it themselves. So you don't have to worry.
You're so correct, eh? You're so correct, because we on this radio station will not agitate it. You know, we're not giving.
No way.
No, we asking people. Let the people make the decision. Let the people express their feeling. You understand? We'll listen to them, but we're not encouraging it. But it's the people want it. That is the right.
Yes, and KB is not taking the lead.
No.
Right.
Not taking it.
And Dr. Mitchell is not taking.
No,
Dr. Mitchell is not taking the lead either.
They cannot say Dr. Mitchell attempting to destabilize country. They can't say that.
No way. In fact, he's been warning us before that. He's been warning us before that. So there's no need for him to do it. They did it themselves. And in fact, what Deacon said, NDC said they wanted to be in opposition. They wanted opposition. They didn't want to be in charge.
Yeah.
They wanted opposition. Remember they've been saying that?
Yeah.
They wanted opposition.
Remember,
but we put them in charge. We put them in charge. Although we knew that they couldn't drive.
Yeah.
We put them in charge.
Caller.
And
Go ahead.
Go right
okay,
ahead. Go right ahead.
No. Okay, I was saying we put them in charge, but they did not want to be in charge. They said, "Give us the opposition. Let us be opposition."
We surprised them.
Let us be the opposition partner. We surprised them. They got it when they were not looking for it. You know, and that's what really happened here. Yeah. So let me go forward.
Thanks for calling. All the best. 442-0175. Number to call. Express yourself, ventilate, blow. Hi, hello.
Kiri,
hey.
We want things to be done decent and in order. We have leaders. The opposition is watching. Go for yourself. They're watching. They're throwing up. When they come and they bust the bomb, the boy might have to run. Yes, I mean? So we want the leaders to lead from the front. We won't follow. We want to be followers because we're not leaders. We have leaders. Let the leaders do their work. So I ain't encouraging people to just take streets. I am asking the leaders to do what they have to do when the time is right. We will support them.
Okay.
God bless.
Thank you, all the best. 442-0175. Hello. 442-0175.
You on WhatsApp?
Yeah.
Hello?
Yes, gentlemen. Two things. I remember distinctly, and I never forget it. And the thing is, I was so glad to hear that guy say that at the time. There's a guy in River Valley who said something to me one time. A good friend of his who comes to his shop, who patronizes him a whole lot, said to him, okay, the good friend of his is a strong NDP supporter for all the years, right? And he said to him, the only time his business will do well in this country is when Kit Mitchell is in power. And he's a strong NDP supporter for all the years. And he said that the only time his business will do well is when Kit Mitchell is in power. Critical thing.
This is a fact.
Another thing. I hear Andy, the minister, in talking about the convention meeting that they have today,
yeah,
said that he's going to put up himself for a position And he justify going for that position because as the minister, if he has that position, he'll be able to get things done a lot easier and a lot better in the country. I mean, and this is a guy I like a lot. He does move good. But I'm yet to understand how he could be so naive not to understand how stupid he sounds. Fighting for a position inside of a party, while he's a minister.
He's right because he has
You
more
know,
power as a minister.
the level of maturity that you're dealing with. I mean, I was so disappointed in hearing him saying that I couldn't believe it.
Yeah, because as a
But
minister, you have more power than being a party member.
I didn't hear you.
I say you have more power as a minister than an ordinary party member.
But I mean, he's justifying going for that post, adding it to his ministerial post. Yeah. He'll be more effective in getting things done, you know. I mean, he's exposing his ignorance.
You really don't understand.
With government position, and there we are today we might end up with that same situation that he's expecting. You might find it, you never know. Okay. But here people crying out, and there are NDC people who tell you that the only time the business would be doing well in this country is when Mitchell is in power.
That's correct.
Critical issue.
All right, take care. Thanks for calling. 4420175.
Hello.
Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Hi, afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, I heard Mr. Jude Bartholomew, the president of the Teachers Union. He made some statements this week, I think, concerning, the negotiations and stuff, but I didn't hear you all talk. So I would like to hear something, please, because he did come out and say something against the government.
What did he say?
Well, it's something in connection that if they didn't agree with what they're asking for, they will take the street and different things like that. Somebody could call and back me up on that. I wait to hear you all coming. Thank you.
But we like to speak on issues we know about.
Yeah, we have no facts on it, no information on it.
What I could tell you, we will seek the information and speak on it next Sunday.
Yeah.
I get some snippets of it, but I don't get an appreciation where you even mention that the prisons and the police would have taken 4% and something to think. But I don't want to misquote nobody here. I want to be fair to anybody in my discussion here, so I don't just follow rabbit hole discussion on everything here.
We don't have the information, so we can.
So what we do, KB, we need to do some work on that, and Sunday we will deal with that.
So, go ahead. 4420175.
Hello.
Good afternoon again.
Good afternoon, Mommy.
Okay. You know what gives me the joy, and I say joy, to listen to the program, is that there are a lot of people out there who hear, who listen, and they can analyze for themselves. And they don't allow anybody to push anything down their throat. On the programs, Real FM programs and on Sheldon Scott programs, the truth is being told. And we have persons out there who can call the program and give kudos to the truth or say what they know or what they experience. And this makes the program more healthy. It makes it more great. No wonder why we have so much people tuning in to the programs. I mean, it is amazing to sit back and listen and hear people call the program and give their views, not bias, nothing of the sort, but stating the facts exactly as Master Carl would have said it, KB would have said it, and even Sheldon Scott would have said it. Tell me, nobody is going to deter me from listening to these programs and making my contribution, whether I call or I text. And when I call and when I text, I'm calling and texting in line to the truth that is being told. So I'm encouraging other persons to call the program and speak out. Call the program and speak out. That is only how we will know that you hear, you understand what is taking place in Grenada. Don't just sit there and just rely on, oh, Sunday massacre coming and I go listen. No, call and speak out. Once you are affected, once you know somebody is affected, once you know something isn't right, call and
You
speak
so
out.
correct. You
They
so
say
correct.
boots on the ground, let's have them shaking in their boots.
Of course, you're
And
so
good
correct.
shake too. Let's have them shaking in their boots. As a matter of fact, let's take all the boots on their feet. Can't stop us. Okay.
You're so correct. You're so correct. Some people saying them is NNP, strong NNP. But they don't even call in Shaggy and tell Shaggy good morning. They don't even call in this program and say hello.
Yeah.
But them is strong NNP. Call. Make your contribution.
Affirmative.
Support your party. You understand? Support NNP going forward. You understand?
You want to take it?
Yeah, take call.
Hello?
Hello.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Gentlemen, how are you all doing?
Good man.
Okay, I would like you all guys to make people understand that the amount of money that is the Ministry of what, the transformation or all, I don't know what the other attachment is.
MIT.
Because like for doing the transformation, I don't know who is, but it's just picking up like all place, right? The cleaning is good, I'm not saying no, but that is spoke of. There's a private agent that here in Grenada that take care of it, right? And there are many other things which was done by the other ministries. So why therefore then have to create all the ministry that cost so much of money that which was that money could have used elsewhere, have other poor and vulnerable people. Yeah, but right now it's concentrated on just somebody to get a job. Yeah, you create a ministry. For what reason? For what reason? We need people to understand that how much millions of dollars by the end of the month, and especially by the end of the year, it's cost. Yeah.
A Ministry of Mobilization.
Sorry.
Okay. All the best. Thank you for calling.
Okay.
Very good. 442-0175. Hello? Hello?
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yes, I called to make my contribution. Yeah, well, every time NDC they in power is a set of problem. Where problem NDC giving? Because we are living amongst people. When you are road work and not getting no road work, they're gonna tell them I don't vote for them and don't give me no road work. NDC coming and MP coming power is the same thing they're doing. They tell them don't give me work, I don't need work, and myself and they got them and the children working and I don't walking away. I saw me children I don't walking. And they always bringing a set of news on me. I had to get some material from the government in housing. I bring in an estimate. Me material approved already in the number yard. I get some, and the rest they don't give me all. They tell me I don't have more to get. I don't have no more to get. So I don't know what is the problem. I don't know why they don't give people the material what approved and what they have to get. So that is my contribution.
Which village you from?
Well, I'm from Progress here.
Progress?
Progress here.
Progress here. That is way. Okay, take care.
Yeah, Progress here from here.
All right, take care. 442-0175. Number to call.
Don't worry your head too much about empty treasury. We in the NDC, we have the exposure. We have had the exposure. Good, and we know what to do to find money to look after the needs of our people. And as I have the mic, let me say, as we go around the country and we speak to our people, that's a topic that they always say to us, we go pay salary late and we don't know how to run a country. Tell them that we say we know how to run a country and tell them that we wouldn't pay salary late. All right? Tell them that affirmatively. We're not going to pay salary rate and we know how to run.
we hear what you say, you know, but the man in River Sally say he want back the pig, eh? Affirmative.
Yeah, but you're taking that like, well, listen. Listen. Under the caption, and I must say that. Creative Economy Minister determine who receives 100% concession. Lennox Andrews, currently the Minister for the Ministry of Creative Economy, is the person in government who determines who individual or companies will receive 100% waivers under the Customs Act for imported production equipment across various creative economies. One man.
Those?
Yeah. One man. So your friends and you know nepotism and black man.
Yes.
You can't take that from
you're real poor boy.
Yes, one man.
Those are all that power? Affirmative.
And that's the level of jackassness are going on.
Hello? Hello, Fufu 20175. Afternoon.
How is everybody?
We did. Yes.
Are you there?
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's a long time we're trying to get in, and well, I get in now, thank God.
Yeah.
And what to say, don't blame him, they know how to get money for you.
Yeah, for what they want.
If the other one could get, anyway, we go get 2 pounds of saltfish for $5 again and a pound of sugar for 1 shilling. God is good. That is what he get the money to do. You go get it and cheese for $5 a pound. That is why he get the money to do. So, my dear, God is in control over everything. Yesterday, I saw a lady, head on head with them. She have a little place in Grenville Market. She was going to sell she things. Yesterday, I see the woman come back home since about 12 o'clock and making the excuse. So somebody called and said, hey, how you come back home early, sir? Yes, I come home early because tomorrow, please, that is the convention. Somebody turned and said, because it's convention, the way she sit down, she couldn't even sell a dime. That is the reason why she run home early. So those study her. So all of them feeling the pinch because she's one what said after they rejoice and jump up, I'm going to make the area where I live in is in Monfan. Monfan I live in by Hope. We're going to transform this area here. We're going to transform it. They can't even transform themselves now. What's the shame? So it's only excuse and excuse and excuse. And that lady, what the man talk about earlier and like to abuse Kit Mitchell there, well, I just listen to her sometime on the other program. And when I hear she talking about this other one like that, I say what goes around comes around. They never miss the water till the well run dry. But God is in control. I can't say of age already, I'm able to take the road. But anytime anyone ready to take the road, even though I have to support them with a cup of water, I'll support them. It's time for these people and them. They're taking too much advantage. Too much.
And on poor people?
Oh, God, these people and them. No. They worse than 2008, you know.
Of course, yes.
They totally worse. This is the real criminal set of NDC, what is inside, you know. They don't know the head from the foot. They don't know if it's to go backward, if it's to go forward. So anything will come in their mind to do, they're just doing it. God is in control.
Take care, all the best. Thanks
God
for calling.
God is in control. Okay, my dear.
Thanks
I
for
always
calling.
listen to the program.
You're welcome.
Continue to educate us. God bless.
Fufu 20175.
Igwe like sky red by you, man.
Yeah, boy.
See a fire only.
Fire. The people's cry.
Now fire, real fire, Kiwi. A fire by Igwe down.
Cry, you know. People's cry.
A fire by Igwe, a house born in, man.
A house born in Victoria?
Mm-hmm.
Ah. I hope nobody lost their life.
That is what I'm hoping to.
And in the heart of the town?
No, that is up, let me see, going up for Diamond Street up there.
Diamond
Bonnie
Street.
up there.
Yeah, 4420175, hello?
Hello. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Brother KB.
Hi.
Boy, I tell somebody that the ex-soldiers having meeting Sunday coming in Grenville. You not turn and tell me, thanks for the information. They go they go put us in an onion bag. I turn around and tell them, I say, boy, I hope it's not you who end up in the onion bag. You know, you vex me up to now. But that is not it. What going on with these people and them is they find that the age of people do say nothing.
Yeah.
But they don't know that we have people to say things for us. But what I want to say is anytime they're ready, anytime the people are ready. Because it's about time we Grenadians get up and we vote. We had enough and time is time. We need to get up and get. And I want them to know, St. Andrew's people, they will be the first set of people to start with demonstration concern. Goodbye, gentlemen.
Good night. You see, that 150 hurts these people so much.
Yeah, a lot of
They
people
all want to demonstrate for the 150.
Yeah, they want
and some people want to demonstrate for the grandparents or for the grandmother for that 150. It really affecting them.
Igwe, I need to ask Mr. Andy Williams. The previous loan you had by GDB, were you servicing the loan or were you delinquent? The Grenadian people want to know. When you came and you say about 600,000, was it a prank or a lie? You see you applied previously. How much you applied for previously and why you didn't get it before the election? That's the question.
Master Carl, who is chairman of that board, the board in GDB?
The last treasurer of the NDC, I don't know if they go retain the position.
Wait, no, so this treasurer in the NDC is chairman of the board of GDB?
Yeah, and see what they running CES program to where they sucking teeth.
Well, now I understand why GDB become NDC supermarket. That's where they're going to shop. The treasurer of NDC is chairman of the board of GDB?
Corruption!
No, man. I don't think that is true, man.
Abuse.
Well, that is why they're going and shop in GDB.
So you didn't know that?
No, I didn't know, because I wondered how this man could get the loan when he have so much negative.
I thought you knew that.
He check bouncing.
Yeah.
They calling the name in corruption on the port.
Yeah.
And the business still was. If I don't paying tax on the port, my business can boss. For to evade custom, and my business still boss, something had to be wrong.
Have to.
Al Kenny and them paying tax on the port, you know, and the business going good. But you don't paying tax.
Maybe
you evading custom. Your business still boss.
Maybe they don't pay in a big pack of tears, man. Let's take the call. Hello?
Hello.
Listen the phone and not your radio.
I'm not. Mr. KB.
Hey, go right ahead.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, my dear fellow.
Last week Sunday, I make my contribution, and I get verified this week.
No, man, don't worry that, man.
I called the name, but I didn't call nobody name.
You didn't call nobody name. But they know your voice. They know your voice.
I call him this planting now. I said the man with the planting. And I get verified. A man come to fight with me, man cursing me. But I can't stop me from making my contribution.
No, man, don't make a contribution.
Yesterday I meet one of implementation worker.
Yeah.
And we had a good chat. She worked 6 years. And they fire her and she didn't get no money. But she want her money.
These people are them making noise for the money. You understand? So, Mr. Implementation, he under real pressure. I think that why taking loan for to pay off these people. And he have a lot of things we could talk about, but we can't talk about it on the radio like that because we don't have the right information.
Okay.
I've been talking to one of the Grandby Estate worker.
Yeah.
He say they send home majority of workers and they keep 3. Why they keep the 3? Because it's permanent. And cocoa have to pick. Nobody to pick the cocoa. They have pumpkin on the ground, they have potato, they have peas, they have corn.
Nobody
to take care. When to pick the cocoa, nobody to pick the cocoa. But they asked them to come back and pick the cocoa. And why they went back and pick the cocoa? Because of Mr. Bollard had done so much of good things for them.
Yeah.
He asked them to go and them went and pick the cocoa.
Like the same people they fire, they asked to come back and pick the cocoa.
The same, I'm talking about a worker, I ain't get it from nobody else. Somebody who working and he still get fired.
Yeah.
We had a chat yesterday.
Yeah.
And he tell me exactly what's going on. So, last time again, we had an argument about the government, what they're doing. Papa, you know it's fire again? give them people a chance. The man now come there. And then people are alone complaining. Everything going all right. I say, I say, why are you so hypocrite? I say, anything and this is complain. Everybody feeling the pinch.
Alright, caller, we have come to the end of the program, so call us back next week, Ollie.
Alright, boss.
Alright, take care. Kiri, before you go, one question. Where is your good friend, Mr. Tillman Thomas, in all of these happenings? Because he's a man who likes to talk about morality and so on. Where him?
He lost it all.
I just see a picture with him. They're up in college.
He's in college up there raising Deacon hand.
Yeah, they're raising hand.
So he's part of the whole thing.
First place.
Yeah, but right now he's always against this selling a passport. But right now it's okay. But Master Carl, you know the lady name who was treasurer or the NDC in the NDC party, you know she name?
No, I don't know she name. I know the treasurer
of NDC.
Last treasurer, I don't know if she go retain she post today.
And she's chairman of the
GDP. Yes, and she was running the CS program.
Oh my God.
2 program I don't make well you know what the CS program is from. So listeners, friends, participants, the cynics, yes, and the enemies.
And the haters.
And the haters. I'll get enough today to tape and go and listen. Because I know they're gonna listen.
Anyhow, the new driver.
I couldn't listen. He didn't have fun day to listen, but I go listen tonight. Anyway,
all right.
Take care, Igwe, and hope everyone here gets safe, get home safe, and be blessed.
All right, we out.
Break down.